Okay.
Welcome back to the Mobility Project. We had to wait and postpone the filming of today's WOD because it was so sunny, and we're just tired of the cold. And I know that you guys are out there dealing with the sun all the time. We're just gonna have to put up with it today because it's, I don't know, 70 degrees.
72.
72. I don't want to say anything, but here it is. It's January. It's 72 degrees. It's a good day to unglue. So we're going to carry on the thing we did yesterday about some general lower extremity tissue ungluing. We have a super athlete here, a test dummy, if you will. And what I want to do today is we're going to think about, he just did a ton of muscle ups on from the main site. We're going to work on just ungluing and recovering the soft tissues of the shoulders. You always tie the shoulder soft tissue into a movement, and that's fine to do, and sometimes you can just be a dumb piece of meat and roll around. So let's be a dumb piece of meat today, because that's, you know...
I'm good at that.
Right. So, no, he's the smartest guy in the room. He's a good dancer, drives a nice car. All right, so here's what we're going to do first. Let's go ahead and start you on your back. Pick a side. We'll take Todd, and we're going to go ahead and just smash that lacrosse ball into his external rotators. And this external rotator mass, any of the tissues behind, posterior delt, any of the external rotators that come in, you can think of your external rotators primarily as coming off of the base of your scapula. That's where they have the most kind of purchase, but they're all back here, and you know, you get this big mass here, and that's where we're going to start this stuff. So he's rolling around, and this is entirely about what we call informed freestyling. There's no right way other than identify your painful spots, get in there and make some change. So go ahead and see if you can find a painful spot. You'll notice that he immediately adopted kind of a three-quarter turn to get some pressure on the ball, finds a spot, hangs out there, and then what we want to do is pull those tissues past so we can internally and externally rotate his arm. Does that change anything? If I'm a super friend, obviously I can just put a hand on top of that ball, but internally and externally rotating, doesn't matter. He can either think about trying to tack the tissue down, pull it past, or he can just kind of resume the kind of sliding natures. Remember, our goal is to be layers of silk over steel springs, and what you want to do is put a timer on it, start rolling around, and he can even pull the arm across the body. Does that change anything? Pulling the arm back and forth?
Yep.
All right, so you'll see he's just doing some informed freestyling and hunting. Now maybe he's more on kind of the infraspinatus and some of the other larger masses of tissue down here, and he's just rolling around, kind of posterior shoulder, catch the delt. All right, so now since he's got his arm up, let's go ahead and see if we can't get into serratus. Now this muscle group here basically attaches on the ribs. It makes that serrated look here when you're all jacked and ripped, right? And then it actually works as a force couple with the trap in the back to pull the scapula forward. So let's go ahead and get in there and roll around on the side there, see if you find anything in there. The lacrosse ball is a bad fit in there because it's tiny, tender bits. Long thoracic nerve is coming down there. If you get a nervy feeling, stop. But just hang out in there, working on that position. You can bring the arm even across a little bit, Todd. Does that change that? Whoa, nasty. So we're just going to focus underneath the arm, and then we're going to go ahead and spin that and maybe try to catch some of the deep rotator cuff as the subscapularis, and then also as the lat attaches in there. So rolling around, and to see if you can put that and park that into your armpit here. There's a bunch of a big nerve block here, a nerve bundle, and so if it gets nervy, get off your nervy stuff. It's pretty simple. If your hand goes numb, your hand's going numb for a reason, because you're blocking the nerve. Don't ever pass out drunk on your lacrosse ball. This is a bad idea, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Lacrosse balling drunk, well, that's up to you. Don't pass out on your lacrosse ball. So now we're just working on some of that stuff, and then we're going to finally turn him around, and we're going to get right on that pec. Goes in there. And I find that if he adopts this position, he can get in there, but I think it's best for some of the pec minor stuff if he does a three-quarter roll onto that pec now. Can you turn? Get that, go, turn the other direction. There you go. Getting into that pec. And then a super friend can come down and press through the top there. But this internal rotation often gets limited by some of these tissues in the front here. And just getting that unglued can make a difference. So, goal today, 5 minutes aside, go find your tender bits. If that's the high tricep, it's okay to talk about musculature. If you're thinking what you're going on, hit this stuff, get yourself unglued, and don't vomit on the kids' playmats, okay? Wear sunscreen. It's hot out here.
Thanks, Todd.